So how did Golden Demon become a thing? So today we are talking about the origins of Golden Demon, that well-known painting awards ceremony that takes place every year, mainly in the UK I think, but I think they also have a few more Golden Demons around the world. I'm pretty sure there's an American one, and there might be some more. If you know, let us all know in the comments below. Now, Golden Demon has been around for quite a long time. I believe it's been going since the late 80s, maybe 1987 or 88 could have been the first Golden Demon, and in 2022 it's still going, so it's done very well for itself. Hundreds and hundreds of people have entered over the years, and sadly I myself have not, and that is something I do hope to rectify at some point. Have you entered? If you have, let us know in the comments below how you got on and what did you enter the competition with. There have been some amazing painted miniatures which have come out of Golden Demon over the years. A few I distinctly remember are that homemade, I say homemade, I mean kit-bashed Rhino recovery vehicle with the thingy on the front, and I remember a very nice deathcore of Krieg Rider. I think someone on another YouTube channel might have painted that. And my good friend Will painted a Commissar, which I remember him entering and did quite well with. Came away with a nice pin, which I'm quite jealous of. Anyway, let's jump in and have a look at the origins of Golden Demon. The origins of Golden Demon. Like this. Citadel miniatures have come a long way since their humble beginnings in 1978. That was when Steve Jackson and Ian Livingstone began importing the first ever role-playing games into Great Britain. Soon after, Brian Ansell joined forces with Steve and Ian to form the company which now produces the world-renowned range of Citadel miniatures. As tabletop gaming and role-playing grew, the demand for Citadel miniatures expanded beyond all predictable expectations. Since wargamers first began to use metal miniatures to represent their forces, they have gone to amazing lengths to paint their prize regiments in authentic colours. Dull grey, bare metal miniatures simply cannot generate the atmosphere and excitement created by careful painting, and the more detailed the miniature, the more challenging and satisfying it is to paint it. With the phenomenal growth of role-playing, many gamers quickly realised that Citadel miniatures produced an unsurpassed range of figures to represent all their favourite characters, heroes and villains. A well-detailed 25mm character figure presents the gamer with an excellent opportunity to practice his painting skills. Now, one could concentrate on characters and lavish attention on one figure at a time, rather than painting whole regiments. Before too long, figure painting had established itself as a major hobby in its own right, as role players and tabletop gamers spent hours and weeks preparing their characters and armies for forthcoming games. As the skills of the Citadel designers developed and the company's casting techniques improved, the detail of the models approached the point where they weren't so much playing pieces as miniature sculptures. And as the quality of the figures improved, so too did the techniques used to paint them. Now, speaking of Golden Demon, I have some golden gel medium here which I use for texturing bases occasionally, and on the back there's some interesting information Don't know if you can make that out there. It tells you about the transparency, the matte or glossness, and the thin or thick ratio. But directly underneath it, there's a very interesting ingredient which says if you're enjoying this video, then please consider liking it and subscribing to the channel. That means you, Alex. If you are enjoying the content here on the channel, then please consider joining the Patreon, the link to which is in the description below and up here. Or is it here? Advanced techniques for shading, highlighting, blending, and picking out the intricate detail gave a previously unknown feeling of life to the miniatures. Originally, a number of mediums were used, with enamels being the most common. But as the demand for a more flexible medium grew, Games Workshop released a hugely successful range of acrylic paints, designed especially for painting Citadel miniatures. Acrylic paints have a number of important advantages over enamels. They are water-based and give a particularly bright finish which will not chip or flake when dry. The first paint set was so successful that it was quickly followed by a second and a third. And then came a box of revolutionary inks, specially formulated for washes and blending. Now there are monthly articles in White Dwarf magazine, where miniature painting is highlighted and explained. It has clearly become one of the most photogenic and visually appealing aspects of gaming. With the advent of a detailed series of painting articles going under the mysterious names of Heavy Metal and even Blanchitsu, the painting of Citadel miniatures has evolved from a hobby into an art form. These articles have played no small part in spreading the word. The national standards of miniature painting have come on in leaps and bounds, passing all anticipated standards. The almost fanatical interest shown in painting competitions at various conventions, such as Dragon Meet and Games Day, made it clear that the miniature painting hobby was ready for a large, prestigious event all of its own. And so was born the Golden Demon Awards. So that was the origins of Golden Demon. What did you think of that? Do you agree with those origins? Did you ever enter Golden Demon? Would you like to enter Golden Demon? Which category would be your favourite category to enter in? Which Golden Demon do you think was the best ever Golden Demon? So far, I'm going with 1988. Some of those old Golden Demon entries can be quite amusing to look at today. Do you remember seeing a hang glider with the 7-Up logo on it? Like I said before, one day I would like to enter just for the experience and to say I entered Golden Demon, but I don't really expect to come anywhere close to placing in the finalists. I may be lucky to get a finalist pin maybe, but I doubt even that, sadly. But that's something we can work on. I do find it fascinating that it's been going such a long time, and it's testament to the fact that everyone does find it a very enjoyable and intriguing event, and I hope to see it continue for many years to come. If you want to see some more Oldhammer videos, and I know you do, then check out the playlist up here somewhere. As always, thank you very much for watching, and always remember to drill your barrels.